Usually people from Europe go off somewhere hot on holiday, but this year, loads of people from somewhere hot tried to come over here.
You've got a swarm of people coming across the Mediterranean, seeking a better life.
Normally I think fair enough, but when I read the papers, you could tell from the language they used that these weren't quite normal people. I mean, they look normal on the telly, but when you read about them, you realise they must have had insect DNA or something, because it sounded like there were sort of infestations swarming in.
They couldn't have been real humans because people were writing things about them that would be utterly unforgivable if they were.
The people said there were migrants coming here in droves, which is interesting because I've never heard of a country called Migratia, and I don't know what a drove is. The migrants couldn't hack it back home just because they're caught in a crossfire between a bloodthirsty extremist death cult and a desperate, amoral military regime, both of which will stop at nothing to kill anyone in their way. But we've all got problems. I mean, I don't always like where I live, but you don't hear me moaning about it and hopping on a drove.
The coverage made it crystal clear they were headed for Europe because they wanted a better way of life, with benefits and a health service and houses that weren't all on fire or made of rubble. While they were waiting for the free house and money, the migrant swarms would build a sort of nest called a camp. The BBC did a special Songs of Praise from one of the nests, and the papers weren't happy. And nor was I. Songs of Praise is meant to be a music show, so why is it suddenly getting all preachy about things?
Anyway, just as I was really getting into hating the migrants, there was a massive twist that I hadn't seen coming.
When the police arrived here this morning, they found several drowning victims. Among them, a toddler, a child of perhaps 2 years of age.
This boat sank and there was a photo of a little boy lying dead on the beach, and he looked just like a real human, because he was. And then I thought, wait a minute, what if they're all real humans? And then I thought, oh my God, that'd be awful. I mean, if that was true, this whole thing would be an unprecedented crisis. And to their credit, after that photo, the papers did some investigating and found out the migrants were real people, so their coverage totally changed. They realised they got it wrong, so they started shouting at David Cameron to do something about it, to give them a home.
Today I can announce that we will do more, providing resettlement for thousands more Syrian refugees.
I feel sorry for him, because he'd only just found out they were humans too, you know. Everyone was caught in the op here.
The news had all this footage of them all desperately squeezing onto trains and marching on foot in huge snaking columns. But now it looks sort of different, less swarmy and threatening, and more harrowing and urgent and sad. And the clever thing was, it was the same sort of pictures you'd seen earlier, but now you knew the twist about them being humans. It seemed totally different. It was like the white and gold dress. Once it's flipped to blue and black in your head, that's it. You can't see it any other way forever. Well, until Paris happened. Then they went back to being a swarm of bastards and criminals again.